So I chose to go on the patch, right? I had this thing on for a week. I had to take that thing off. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and grains will heal your body from the inside out. Birth control has so much to do with the way our body feels as women. And as women, we're kind of told that period pain is normal. And I'm here to say, I'm not a doctor, but I'm here to say, any form of pain in your body is not normal. Pain is your body's way of indicating to you, hello, something is wrong here. Let your food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. One big thing that I'm so happy about with this raw vegan diet is that I do not get period pain anymore. Let me just come closer to the camera and just say that. Hello, I don't get period pain anymore. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all good and well. So today's video, I'm going to be giving you an update about my health. Basically, about a year and some change ago, I made a video titled, I believe it was titled, My Ovaries Nearly Killed Me. If you haven't watched that video, I suggest you watch that video first, because it's going to give you a lot of insight into this video, and it'll just kind of make sense if you do. In case you haven't watched that video, to round up what I said in that video, last year in March I had surgery to remove cysts from my ovaries. I had big cysts on both ovaries. I had a really large cyst on my right ovary, and as a result I had to remove that ovary altogether and the fallopian tube on my right side altogether. The left ovary, however, is still there because the cyst on that side wasn't as large. One thing that I said in the video that I kind of like, not regret saying, but obviously now in hindsight and obviously after doing my own research and things like that, I take back. Although when I said it, I was regurgitating what I was told, but I basically just lacking knowledge in that area. But I said that nothing really causes them, they kind of just come by themselves and they build up over time from teenagehood to adulthood. That's partly true. They do build up over time from teenagehood to adulthood. However, cysts are not, they just come out of nowhere. They don't just appear from nowhere. They're caused by something, and that's what the doctor told me at that time. The doctor that's, operated on me told me that, they're just liquid-filled balls on your ovary and that it develops over time and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. However, there is, well, from my own research, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not claiming to be a doctor. Do your own research. I'm not a medical professional, nothing like that. This is just from my own research. I have basically associated food with health, and I know now that the reason why the cysts were so big and the reason why it developed in the first place was because of the food that I've been eating basically my whole life. So this video is mainly going to be about women's health and just health generally, and I'm going to be like basically honing in on the fact that food has a direct correlation with health. And I've learned this, thankfully, thank God, this year, and I kind of just want to share it because I think it's very, very important. A lot of people can prevent, sickness, disease, and just complications with their body if they just basically just change their diet. Like, it's that simple. Obviously, there's some diseases that it's in your DNA, just from like history of family and stuff like that. But there's also some diseases, like for example, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, lung cancer, well, many forms of cancer. I can't think of more off the top of my head, but there's just so many diseases that, and so many like problems with our body that we can actually prevent if we just basically just eat cleaner, eat plant-based food, which I've been doing. I've been incorporating more plant-based food into my diet, and I've seen so much of a positive difference in my body and in my mind and everything else that I just feel like it's very important to share that. So I'm gonna give the timeline of what happened from last year. Let me just make sure I'm looking cute. I'm gonna give a timeline of what happened to me from last year since having my surgery till where I am right now. It's gonna be quite complicated. I'm probably gonna repeat some stuff. I'm probably gonna go back and come back, but I promise it'll make sense at the end. I hope so anyway. So after having my surgery, obviously in that video I mentioned that I noticed some symptoms in my body that kind of probed me to go check it out, and then I found out I had the cyst. So the main symptoms that I had were bloating. Sweetie. I looked like I was pregnant. I looked like I was carrying a child, okay? My stomach was big, very big. A dull ache, a dull, like, not pain, it's like a dull ache that I can just feel in my lower abdominal. area. Had serious backache. My back was literally gone. I couldn't even bend down just to pick up something from the floor. Was very difficult. This is just being candid because we're all adults here. Well, I would hope you're an adult. You're over the age of 16, I'm hoping, but obviously I'm understanding that there's going to be some young girls here. But I also, this is just a candid moment, I also experienced pain during sex. That was a symptom. Bad period pains was one of them. I've always suffered with bad period pains, but the period pains were just really, really bad. Those are just some of the symptoms that I experienced before my surgery. So after having my surgery, obviously most of those symptoms have gone away, partly because of my diet and partly because of the fact that I don't have my, cysts in my ovaries, and I don't have that problem anymore, basically. Like I said, they cut me open cesarean style, and one thing that I mentioned is that the nerve endings obviously were cut whilst I was cut open, so the feeling in that area was basically gone. I was completely numb in that area, and it was kind of worrying me because it had been like 3 months since my surgery and it wasn't coming back. Yeah, so right now, update with that, the scar area, I do have a lot more feeling in that area, so I can kind of like the nerve endings are kind of building back together, and I can, feel my belly better. Although that area is still numb, it's not as numb as it was when I first got my surgery done. So now I can scratch the area and kind of feel it. But if I scratch my leg, for example, and scratch my belly, there's two different feelings. I feel it more with my leg than on my belly because, the nerves are still kind of working together to fix themselves, basically. My body is still fixing itself. So yeah, that was one symptom that's gone away. Back pain, I don't suffer with back pain anymore, thank God, because that was seriously becoming like a real bad issue. Like I felt like an 80-year-old woman. I couldn't even just bend down. Like I couldn't do simple things. So I don't have backache anymore, thank God. Period pain, we'll get onto that, but it's very positive. Period pain is gone basically, but I'll get on to why. Pain during sex doesn't happen anymore. After having my surgery, one of the things that the doctor did mention was to have a good, healthy, balanced diet, right? He did say that, let me not call my lie, he did say that. Although he didn't hone in on that fact and he didn't explain what a good, healthy, balanced diet was. He just said, make sure you're eating good, basically, when he sent me home. Of course, you guys know my diet during that time was poor. To say the least, my diet was very poor, and it had an effect, or it had definitely had an effect on my body because I got these cysts as a result. But it started to have even more and more of an effect on my body. And after making that video, thankfully, randomly, minding my own business, I came across another video by a man called Dr. Aris Latham. And Dr. Aris Latham is basically a raw vegan man who's been raw vegan for about 40 odd years, I think. And it was just basically a video talking about his lifestyle and what he eats and why he eats it, and just explaining biology and how the human body works and what plant-based food can do to your body and the positive effects and things like that. And I was just like, I was literally sat on the train when I was watching this, minding my own business, like literally, it came up in my suggested videos, and I was just like, this is God. I had a light bulb moment, and I was just like, this makes a lot of sense. What he was saying, the way he was breaking everything down, the way he was explaining how each, vegetable had, what each vegetable does to our body, the effects of eating at a specific time, and the body, our bodies work with the sun. Everything he was saying, I was just like, this is really making sense. So I started to kind of do my own research when it came to raw veganism. If you would have asked me a year and a half ago, literally not as long as a year and a half ago, about veganism, I would have laughed in your face, honestly, because I've had so many people preach to me about being a vegan and how it's good for your health and all this stuff, but me that I've grown up in a Nigerian diet and all I know is meat and processed food, you couldn't tell me nothing. One thing about me, I love food. Okay, I love to eat, but I just kind of realized that, look, a lot of because I had so much going on with me, right? And this is the first time I've been hospitalized in the UK, at least, and it kind of was just like, what the hell, you're unhealthy. And I was just like, Ropo, you need to get your life together. You need to start watching your lifestyle, because your lifestyle is clearly making you sick. So not only the fact that I had this problem with my ovaries and stuff like that, just my breathing, my back ache, my back and stuff like that, my mobility, The fact that I got out of breath very quickly, although I am asthmatic, I just get out of breath a bit too quickly for somebody my age. My allergies, I am very, very prone to allergies. I eat one thing, I have like the biggest cocoa in my head. And guys, can I just say this? Allergies happen for a reason. Whatever you're allergic to, obviously you shouldn't be eating it, but our body rejects what it doesn't want, and it shows us through pain or through allergies or through obviously weight gain and things like that, but we choose to ignore these things. Like everything I'm saying is basically obvious. Like when you drink alcohol, you get drunk and you puke up. Your body's rejecting the poison that you're feeding it. When you smoke weed, you're basically rushing blood into your brain, and your brain is trying to reject that blood from coming to the brain, and it puts that blood somewhere else. That's why you get the munchies. There's so many things that we do to our bodies and we don't realize the detrimental effect that it has on our bodies because we're just seen as we're having fun. Like socially going out to eat, that's fine, but eating processed junk food every single day is gonna slowly affect your health. You might not see it today, you might not see it tomorrow, you might not see it like next week, next year, but you will see it. And it's not normal to, I think as a society, we've been taught that it's normal to grow old and then when you're old, you get diseases. No, what happens is you've been eating bad your whole life and now it's come to bite you in the ass and you have cancer. I'm literally going off for it because I literally like, I'm like the raw vegan pasta. Girl, don't get me started because I'll start preaching. So yeah, after doing my own research, I decided to take on this lifestyle. Literally, it didn't take me long. I was just like, right, off to Tesco. After that day in May, I stopped buying processed junk food when I go food shopping at least, right? So when I go food shopping, I only buy fruits, vegetables, water, seeds, grains, and nuts. That's my diet. So I was doing this. I didn't have a juicer at this time, but I really wanted to get into juicing and stuff, but the juices are expensive, honey, and I just, you know, I wanted to see how it went first before I invest my money into juicing and all that kind of stuff. So I was buying more fruits, buying more vegetables, eating it. I was, you know, blending it. I went a week straight of just having raw vegan food, so no cooked food, no processed food, just water from fruits, water from vegetables, my fiber, minerals, vitamins from all these fruits and vegetables I'm eating. And when I tell you, my system like literally went back to factory settings, like literally went back to factory settings, and I felt amazing. I wasn't getting headaches. That was another symptom of my age. I was so prone to headaches. I wasn't getting headaches. My sleep was so much better. Like my body was like clockwork. My sleep was so much better. I wasn't tired. I was very energized. I wasn't sluggish. I wasn't bloated. Just instant effects that I had on my body just from that week of eating raw vegan food, no cooked food, no red meat, no fish, no dairy, no pharmaceutical drugs, which that's one thing that I wish like I knew. Pharmaceutical drugs are the worst thing for you. Our body is literally self-healing. We heal ourselves through the food that we eat. You either heal yourself through the food that you eat or you kill yourself through the food that you eat. And I didn't realize this. And pharmaceutical drugs, all they do is put a band-aid over the cut. It doesn't fix the problem. It just kind of covers up the problem. It takes away the symptoms, but it doesn't fix the problem. I could have a headache and pop paracetamol and that headache will go away. That headache is still there in my brain, but because I don't feel the symptoms of the pain, I have assumed that, okay, I'm fine now. You know, I don't have a headache anymore, and I continue to do the same things, and then the headache comes again and I'm popping the same things again. And it's bad for your body. It's so bad for your body. So yeah, so I went a whole week, and after seeing the results, also, of course, I wanted to lose some weight because I was overweight. I was overweight for my height. Yeah, after seeing the results, it wasn't just about weight for me. Like, it was literally a lifestyle thing. I would do more research, and I was just like hooked onto it. And I just literally every week buy fruits and vegetables, eat it, juice it, find different ways, different varieties, different things to like mix together. And I just had fun with it. And it was just so good on my body. Then I had a holiday booked for Nigeria, right? In June, and I went to Nigeria, and in my head, obviously, I had all intentions to stick to this lifestyle change and kind of like do what needs to be done. However, Nigeria obviously is a country of food. Like, if you don't eat people take offense to you not eating their food, right? It wasn't as easy, let's just say, to stick to the raw vegan diet. And of course, like, my brother knew what I was doing. I told him about it and stuff, but bless him, he tried to like stock up his fridge with like fruits and vegetables and things like that. But if I'm snacking on a cucumber for breakfast and I'm smelling yam and egg and, you know, all these things, I'm gonna want to eat it, because this is like literally 30 years of eating these kind of foods, right? I'm used to it. I'm human. If I smell something that smells good and I know the taste, and the taste is very tantalizing, I'm gonna want to eat it. So me being raw vegan in Nigeria just didn't really work at that time, because I didn't have the discipline that I have now. Although I did have a lot of discipline back then, it just, it was just a lot easier for me to just eat what everybody else was eating. It wasn't, and I kind of had to explain it to everyone, and they thought I was mad, and they're just like, I want to eat, like, things like that. So in Nigeria, I just thought to myself, do you know what? It's not gonna happen here. I was there for a month. I was there for a month, and in that month, I got very sick. I put on a lot of weight. I had so many allergies. Chicken Republic, I had egusi from Chicken Republic, egusi and pounded jam from Chicken Republic. Woke up, big cocoa on my head, big cocoa on my lip. Like, so I was getting sick. I had bolly and fish one time. This was literally days before my brother's wedding. Thank God I didn't have it like a day before my brother's wedding. Days before my brother's wedding, I had bolly and fish. Of course, I had an allergic reaction. So my body's basically telling me what it doesn't want me to eat, but I wasn't listening. So yeah, so whilst I was in Nigeria, however, I did say to myself, when I go back to the UK, I know that I'm gonna stick to this lifestyle change. So I invested in a juicer. It was just like a little £60 one from Amazon. I'll leave all the information I'm talking about in the description box, so you guys, just making sure that I'm still recording, so you guys can like check it out and stuff. So I got a juicer, got back to the UK, and I was like, right, we go again. I'm doing this thing because I just couldn't get over how good I felt from the first time I did it. We went again, and this time I went ham. Like, I didn't let anything distract me. I literally was just having raw vegan meals, raw vegan food at home, right? When I ran into problems was going out to eat. Because going out to eat, no restaurant is gonna, like, for example, even if I order something vegan, I don't believe in having processed vegan food or junk vegan food. For example, they're trying to like draw people into like still eating junk food by labeling it as vegan so people feel better, makes people feel like they're doing something. No, I'm not gonna have a vegan sausage roll from Greg's because I know that the pastry is full of egg, full of flour, it's still unhealthy, like it's still processed food. And God knows what they put in that vegan sausage roll. I don't even know what it is. It could be just like the back of someone's foot. Who knows what it is? We don't know. We're just eating it. So I don't believe in vegan junk food. I was eating vegan junk food then because I thought I just didn't know any better. Yeah, when I go out, I kind of just allow myself the grace to kind of eat what I want, because I know that 80% of the time I'm at home and I'm disciplined. I'm not eating junk food. So once in a while, yes, I would eat junk food. But the thing is, when I would go and eat that food, those kind of foods, my body instantly knows, hello, what's this going on here? What have you put inside me? I don't like it. Either I'm on the toilet, or I'm breaking out, or I'm having pain somewhere, or having an allergic reaction. My body literally says to me, I don't like this. Stop eating this. July, August, September, clean, like clean. 90% clean, 10%, not clean. Then in September, I said to myself, I like the effect this having on my body. Because when I was in Nigeria, I weighed myself and I was 76 kg and my waist was 31 inches, and I said, hell to the motherfucking no. Hell no. So obviously that kind of nudged me a bit more to stick to this lifestyle check. So in September, I decided to join the gym, and to be fair, I didn't join the gym to kind of like, I didn't have any goals per se. I just wanted to basically exercise my body every day. I wanted to get used to the routine of exercising my body 3 to 4 times a week, like making my heart pump, basically making my blood flow, because I don't really walk around places. I'm not that active. So I just wanted to just become a little bit more active. So I joined the gym, and I was going to the gym basically with no real goal, just kind of just exercising. I'll go on the treadmill, I'll do some weights, just nothing like, I'm not trying to like focus on my bum, for example, or like focus on my legs or back or anything like that. I just kind of was just going just to exercise. So after doing that for September, October, 2 months, I went down to, I think like 67 kg or something like that. Then I had a holiday booked for November, and then I started to say, okay, I'm going on holiday now. I kind of want to like focus on going to the gym and just looking nice. Basically just wanted to look nice half naked. So I was going a bit more, okay, I just want to make sure I'm recording. I was going a bit more ham at the gym and I saw results. So I went to Dubai, looked great. Then obviously when you're on holiday, you do want to drink, okay? And you know, again, alcohol is just something that just shouldn't be consumed at all. Every time I drink alcohol, my body reacts. The obvious reaction is being drunk and not having autonomy over your body. That's a big red flag for me. Like, I should be able to control what my body does, and the fact that I'm putting something in my body that gives me no autonomy to my emotions, to my like surroundings, I don't like that. Because I didn't want to be the party people on the holiday. Yes, I drank, but literally the first night I drank, the next day I was in bed because my ankle was swollen, my leg was swollen from standing up for so long. And I have this thing, I think this is a reaction from the surgery. My left ankle, I had it a lot in Nigeria as well, a lot. My left ankle literally swells up so much. I don't know what it was. I was really scared it was a blood clot, but I've had tests all since then and it's not a blood clot. My ankle literally just swells up and it tingles when I'm on my feet for too long. Even when I'm like laying down, it still kind of has like, it's like it has a little heartbeat. And like I said, I went to the doctors, literally had x-rays and everything, and they said they can't find anything. I still kind of have that, but it's not as, you know, it's not as prominent, and my ankle doesn't swell up anymore. Anyway, so going back to Dubai, I was kind of good in Dubai. They had, because obviously it's a hot country, so your body's like releasing toxins through sweat and things like that, and they had good food there. Like, they had a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit at my hotel anyway, so I was eating okay-ish there. Like, of course I did have the 1-2 restaurants where I ate meat and stuff like that. I just saw it as you're on holiday, it's not that deep. So when I got back, I was doing up depression. Whenever I do up depression, right, one thing with me is if I'm doing up depression, I'm gonna eat shit. I'm gonna order takeaway and I'm gonna eat shit because I just wanna make myself feel better. I don't know why. December for me was a funny month. Like, I don't know what was going on with me. I just I wasn't feeling it. So I was doing up takeaway and all these things, and of course I knew I shouldn't have been doing it. Weirdly enough, even though I was eating like a thief, I lost a lot of weight. It was really strange. It was so weird. After doing up depression, yeah, I went back to my raw vegan lifestyle. The changes in my body have just been great. So I wrote down a lot of things I wanted to say. Let me just make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because I've done this video before, but the other time I was just waffling. Earlier in the video, I mentioned about period pain, right? One big thing that I'm so happy about with this raw vegan diet is that I do not get period pain anymore. Let me just come closer to the camera and just say that. Hello, I don't get period pain anymore. Father God, won't he do it? Like, guys, when I tell you, my period was like, it was like a monthly devil. Let's just put it that way. From the time I started my period as a young teenage girl to the age of 29, my period has been hellfire. Hellfire, like my period does not come to play with me. Like my period kicks my butt. So, and this isn't something I realized straight away, obviously. And I'm not sure if it has to do with the fact that I had my cyst removed or my diet or both, right? All I know is I don't get period pain anymore and I'm not complaining about it. I love it here. Yeah, normally on my period, day one is just count me out, I'm not doing anything, I'm calling in sick, I'm not in school, I'm not at work, I'm crawling somewhere on the floor because I'm in pain. I kind of got used to my body being in pain, and as women, we're kind of told that period pain is normal, and I'm here to say, I'm not a doctor, but I'm here to say, any form of pain in your body is not normal. Pain is your body's way of indicating to you, hello, something is wrong here. And because like, we've been, like as a society, we've been brainwashed to believe so much that it's just complete false bullshit. It just kind of pushed this narrative of eating the way we do and so many other things, alcohol, junk food, weed, things like that, that we've just kind of just classed as normal, that is just not good for the human body at all. Obviously, years of eating dairy. I used to drink whole, as a kid, like growing up, we drank whole milk at home, like the blue milk. I drank whole milk at home. Thank God I've never liked cheese, so I'm not a cheese person. I wasn't into cheese. So years of eating dairy products, years of eating red meat, years of eating processed junk food. And when I say junk food, I don't mean just burgers, fries, and things like that. Junk food can be jollof rice. And I know you're just like, huh? Girl, junk food is jollof rice. It is. Because you're getting tomatoes, which are so good for the body, so rich in so many different minerals and vitamins and so many things that are so good in a tomato, right? You're blending it, fine. You wanna blend it, cool. You're getting vegetable oil. And you're frying these things and killing all the good nutrients that's in these foods. The way we eat our food is not good for us. So years of eating food that, basically staying away from fruits and vegetables, staying away from nuts and seeds and grains, staying away from water, has built up this, what we know as period pain. And it's not normal. It is not normal at all. Another thing that also has built up a lot of women's problems when it comes to reproductive system, whether it's, I can't say this word, endometriosis, something like that, fibroids, PCOS, cystic ovaries, ovarian cysts. There's a word endo something, I really can't say the word, but I'll put it up on the screen. All these things are years of, one, bad diet, and two, birth control has a lot to do with it. Birth control has so much to do with the way our body feels as women. And for example, I had a friend in school who suffered with acne, and the first thing her GP did was to put her on birth control as a child. I think that's completely unethical and wrong to put a child who's still developing and still growing on such a dangerous drug. Personally, birth control has never agreed with me. I've only been on one birth control, and that I only came on that birth control when I was 29 years old. Literally, November just gone. And I've never, since, like before then, never been on any type of birth control, because personally, I just knew it wasn't good for my body. I didn't want to make a choice that has such an impact on my body for such a long time. For example, if you get the implant in your arm, that thing is there for years, releasing hormones for years, damaging your body for years. I didn't want to put that on my body. So I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. But last year in November, I was in a relationship, and obviously I have to be safe. I don't want to have premarital baby. I don't want to be out here carrying someone's belly. I don't have no business carrying belly. So I thought, let me go on some type of contraceptive that doesn't have such a bad effect on my body, and it's not so long term. So I chose to go on the patch, right? I had this thing on for a week. I had to take that thing off. Literally 1 week, and this was still whilst I was doing my whole raw vegan thing, so I know for a fact it wasn't my diet, it was this plaster on my bum. This patch on my bum. Only 1 week I had to take that thing off. It made me nauseous, it made me tired, it made me sick, it made me feel dizzy, drowsy. It was so weird. My body was literally just shut down when I had that thing on. So I took it off. I couldn't do it. I was just like, no. And that alone just showed me that us suppressing nature through birth control isn't, obviously you're suppressing nature, it's not good for your body. So personally for me, birth control is a hell to the motherfucking no. I wouldn't be surprised if these are the things that are causing the problems that we have in regards to PCOS, in regards to ovarian cysts, in regards to period pains, and all these other things that women experience, right? Another thing that I've noticed with my periods, other than the fact that they're not painful anymore. TMI, I'm on my period right now, right? If this is TMI, you shouldn't be watching this video, because I should be able to just talk about periods. We're all women here. But I'm on my period right now. This is my second to last day. Of course, obviously, I'm not in pain. Normally, I wouldn't be in pain anyway. My first day, I'm not in pain. From the first day, I'm not in pain. What I do feel, however, yes, it's uncomfortable because I'm bleeding from my vagina, but it's not, I can go on my daily tasks. I don't have to slow down because of my period. The only thing I feel is I just feel maybe a little bit to be honest, I don't even feel heavy. I just know it's coming because it's there, but because I can see it, and obviously I can feel it coming out, but I don't feel any form of pain. I'm not in pain. My body is not struggling for this thing, and my body isn't put through strain because I'm menstruating. No, I'm just bleeding. Another thing I've noticed from my period is that the color of my period blood is just red, healthy blood. Because before, from time to time, I would notice that sometimes I go down to change my pad and my blood is purple. Just keeping it 100, my blood is purple, my blood is brown. And I'm just like, hello, what's going on here? I wouldn't be surprised if it was because of my diet. So yeah, my period blood is red. If I cut my arm right now and put it on my pad, that's gonna be the same color as the blood coming out my vagina right now. So that's one thing I'm really, really happy about. No period pain, no back pain, no headaches, no fatigue, good sleep. I feel light, I feel airy, I feel alive, I feel like a child. My skin has improved so much. You guys know, if you've been here with me for a long time, you guys know I suffer from hyperpigmentation. So the skin on my neck and my face are significantly darker than my chest and my body. This is something that I've always suffered with. I've had it since childhood. My mom told me it was because I had a reaction to a drip. I had an asthma attack in Nigeria, but I don't know whether or not that's true. You know, sometimes they be fibbing. But yeah, my skin has cleared up a lot. Like my neck has cleared up a lot. The skin on my face has cleared up a lot. Although I am breaking out now, I do have a few blemishes. That's because obviously there's some parts of my diet that's not completely clean. You know, I have the 1-2 takeaway here and there, but for the most part, I am quite consistent with it. Okay, I hope I'm not missing anything. I'm guessing you kind of know the gist by now. You kind of get the gist by now. What I'm trying to say to you is plant-based, raw, vegan food. What I mean by raw vegan food is just raw fruits, raw vegetables. And what I mean by raw is that they're just uncooked, no cooking of the vegetables, no drying up the nutrients, no burning, no fire involved, just straight fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and grains will heal your body from the inside out. The more you eat like this, the less you would need to go to the GP, to the hospital, the less you would be sick, be ill, you'd be less prone to disease, less prone to cancer, less prone to diabetes, and all these crazy things that we have going around in the world right now. And because I like my life, I love life and I want to live, I want to reproduce, I want to have kids, I want them to have kids, I want everybody around me to be healthy and fine, I am going to continue eating this way, the majority, you know, 90%, 10%, because you know, I am human and I do have temptations. But like Dr. Aris Latham said, I don't know if the quote came from him, but let your food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. That's it. Let your food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. Put the chips down. Stop going out to eat so much. You're gonna save a lot of money, let me tell you that. Stop going out to eat so much. Go to Asda, go to Tesco, go to Morrison's, go to Lidl, go to wherever you shop and go to the produce aisle and buy yourself fruits and vegetables, and I promise you will feel the effect on your body. Cut it out, do it for a week of just eating straight, raw, vegan, unprocessed food, no meats, no dairy, no sugar, things like that, no sweets. Cut all those things out, no fizzy drinks, nothing that can kill you, and eat this way, and I promise you your body will feel so much better. Oh, the scar on my stomach, I was cut cesarean style, so I do have a scar on my stomach. That's improved a lot, and to be fair, I kind of like it now. At first I was like, oh god, I really don't like this thing, like it's so obvious and it's so there, and I felt the need to explain to people that I don't have a baby because it looks like somebody that's basically had a child. I don't mind it now. It's improved a lot. It's, you know, it's not as scary as it was when I first got it done, but yeah, it's there and it's always going to be there, so I just have to live with it, and I don't mind it. It's quite low into my abdominal area. You're not going to see it if I have a bikini on, although he did cut quite like towards the side a little bit too much, so if I do have a bikini you probably will see it on this side, but I really don't really care about those things. Alcohol, no from me. Weed, no from me. There was a point in my life just being candid. 2020, I tried weed for the first time. And at first, I wasn't, you know, feeling the buzz, feeling the high, whatnot. And when I was in Nigeria, Igbo and Shayo is there, hello. I was doing, I need Igbo and Shayo, but just the Igbo, basically. Yeah, and I took that habit on when I came back. Let me not even lie, I was smoking. And yeah, one day I was researching about the effects of weed on my brain, and I just came to realize, literally whilst I was smoking, whilst I was high, I came to realize that I don't need to be doing this to my brain. Like, it's just not, it's not cute. It was never cute. It was never gonna be cute. And it's just a no for me. It's a no for my brain. It's a no for my body. and since then I don't smoke weed. Like, it's a no from me. Alcohol was never my thing anyway. I don't mind, I drink occasionally, I drink socially, I don't mind drinking, but I don't like the taste of it, I don't like the effect it has on my body, so I don't drink anymore. Well, I don't want to say I don't drink anymore because you guys might see me with a cocktail, but it's not something that I like to do, basically. Let's just say that. It's not something I like to do, and it's not something I want to continue doing. After coming to this realization and living this lifestyle and eating 90% vegan, raw vegan food, and basically fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains and seeds, I realized that it's very hard for me to do things socially without jeopardizing my lifestyle, basically. So if I want to go out, I know for a fact I'm going to eat what I don't want to eat. And if you're not eating junk food, if you're not smoking, whether it be shisha, cigarettes, weed, if you're not drinking alcohol, if you're not doing one of those three things, you're basically not really having fun. Personally, I can have fun without doing all those three things, but let's be honest, in a social setting, if someone says to you, oh, you want to drink, and you're just like, no, I don't drink, they're just kind of gonna look at you like, okay. You want to smoke? No, I don't smoke. They're gonna look at you like, okay. So socially for me, like, I'm finding it hard right now to socialize without having to step out of what I don't want to do, like without having to step out of basically what I'm doing with myself right now. So I don't like that aspect, and I've noticed this is why we have the problems that we have, because socially these things are normalized. It's normalized to smoke cigarettes. Well, we know it's bad for us, but we still do it. It's normalized to smoke weed. We know it's bad for us, but we still do it. It's normalized to drink alcohol. It's normalized to get sick from drinking alcohol. It's normalized to eat processed junk food when you go out, and it's just not good. It's just not good, and I'm not here for it. And these are the things that are causing the problems that we have today, and we just basically just choose to ignore them. Our bodies literally reject these things and we choose to ignore them. But lately, I've been having fantastic sleep. I've been sleeping like a newborn, honey. Fantastic sleep. And I honestly think it's because we're in summer. Yeah, obviously daylight saving time is helping my body a lot. I feel a lot more energized these days. Yeah, I think it's because we have longer days and shorter nights. So it's all science and biology at the end of the day. When your body, I honestly think we're supposed to be eating when it's bright outside, and when it starts to become dark outside, that's when we're supposed to be sleeping. We shouldn't be eating, and like I said, going back to socializing and going out and stuff and these things being normalized, when you go out for dinners are normally like what, 6, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. We shouldn't be eating at those times. We shouldn't be eating at those times, especially in this country where it gets dark very quickly. Our body should not be consuming food at those times. But anyway, I'll leave the video that I watched with Dr. Ari Slathan, basically explaining our body and the biology of like the sun and things like that, and when we should be eating, so you kind of better understand it, because I'm not very good at explaining it. I think that's pretty much it with my update. All round, I just feel a lot better inside and out. I'm getting in touch with, you know, myself more. I'm getting to understand my body more, and what my body doesn't like, what it does like, what I should be putting in my body, what I shouldn't be putting in my body, and just understanding nature, basically understanding nature, and just realizing that anything that doesn't come from nature isn't good. Even, to be fair, I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite because I still, you know, kind of from time to time eat processed food. I'm also a hypocrite because I have a bunch of makeup on my face. Me eating this way has opened up the doors to like different aspects of my life. Like, for example, even makeup, it's not the best for our skin. Like, the creams we put on our bodies, the chemicals we're putting into our skin, into our pores, it's not good for you. If it was up to me, I wouldn't wear makeup. If it was up to me, I wouldn't, you know, do so much like damage to my hair. Like, for example, sticking this wig down is bad for my skin. The amount of alcohol in this little spray that I'm spraying on my head is not good for my skin, but I still do it because it's been normalized. You know, over time I just kind of realized that anything that's not of God, which means anything that's not from nature, is not good for me, and I shouldn't be consuming it, and I shouldn't be entertaining it. So that is pretty much it in a nutshell. I know this video is so long. I just wanted to come and kind of update you guys on, you know, what I've been feeling, what my body's been feeling, and just kind of hone in on the fact that I just want more people to be healthy in every aspect of the word. And a lot of our health literally is down to how we eat, how we move our body, and things we put in our bodies, and we don't even realize we're doing it when we're doing it. If you haven't taken anything from this video, just take in the fact that the more plant-based you go, the healthier you would find your body to be. And like I said, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. I'm gonna say that again. Let your food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. That's pretty much it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it helped someone, and I really hope that you got good information from this. I'm gonna leave all the information that I've mentioned in the description box, everything that you need to know. I'm gonna leave links to my juicer, links to my citrus juicer thing. I'm gonna leave links to everything that I just feel like would be helpful for you to know to start your journey. Follow me on Instagram if you would like. I do a lot of juicing and health stuff on Instagram. If you miss it in my stories, I put it in my highlights on my page, so just click on the health highlight and you would see all the stuff that I've been up to within this year of changing my lifestyle. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and got something from it. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in another video.